Hi everybody, my name's Sarah. I'm an addictions counsellor here at Hope, and today I would like to talk to you about empowerment of women in recovery. For me, this is a very, very important topic because I myself, being a woman in recovery, I found that this was a very, very important part of my growth in recovery. So it's no secret that men outnumber women in recovery, and there are many reasons for that, but the main reasons are that one, the women are at home with the children a lot, and the men, they can go and get clean and go and get recovery, but women are stuck at home with children. So that is one factor. So the second factor is the stigma attached to women asking for help. So what I mean by this is multiple agencies may get involved. If a woman with children asks for help because she has addictions problems, they may involve the social services. So this would bring up a natural fear for the mother of the children that the children are going to get taken away. So these are key elements as to why the men outnumber women in recovery. So a high percentage of women in recovery have trauma backgrounds, and it's really tough for women to speak about things because maybe they've kept it a secret for quite a long time and maybe they haven't been able to talk about it. So coming into recovery, it's an opportunity as well, through therapy and through other means, to actually explore the trauma and get some health and healing around that subject. So it's said in recovery, you know, people with addiction, the opposite of addiction is connection. And I myself know that coming into recovery, I found it really hard to trust people and to build up the connections I so desperately needed in order to stay clean and to continue on this road of recovery. So making connections with women was massive for me, and I had women in my rehab who absolutely embraced me for all of my brokenness and actually nurtured me into a much more confident and outgoing person to deal with things and help other women in the process. In making connections in recovery, especially with women for women, it's so empowering. So at the beginning it was more of the women giving to me. It was more about women helping me because I didn't have anything to give at the time. I needed to learn the tools and the skills in order to grow in this area. And I felt empowered through love, through affirmation, through guidance, through people just spending quality time and listening to me. And I didn't feel judged, and it was such a beautiful process to go through. And with that came personal development. So I started to develop myself, my esteem, my self-respect, and I started to find out what I was actually interested in. And one of my major passions of recovery is helping women. And by that I mean, I know what it's like to be in darkness. I know what it's like to be lonely and isolated and feel trapped inside. I genuinely know that. I feel that. And I also know what it's like to be free from that. So for me, my passion is if I can give just that little bit to anybody to help them grow in the areas that I've grown in order to flourish and blossom and bloom within your recovery, then yeah, it's definitely worth my while. And that is one of the reasons why I do my job. Now, I personally don't have children, but many of my friends in recovery do, and I know that they have developed so many skills, not just through learning to cook and paying the bills and structure and learning to deal with money a lot better, to budget, but they've learned skills of motherhood and how to cope better with it in a mother role. So that is massive for the woman, empowering the woman. It's very special. Other skills that can be developed are things like writing, reading, education, going back to school. I personally have been back to school whilst I've been in recovery, and I've learned so much about myself. It is absolutely unbelievable, and I would not have been able to do that without the empowerment of other women. Going back to self-esteem, that's something that most women coming into treatment do struggle with, and confidence and dealing with the shame and the guilt that they bring with them, which most addicts do bring with them anyway. And learning to forgive yourself and learning to accept compliments and affirmation is the most beautiful feeling ever, because for a long time we can beat ourselves up through our actions before, through our behaviours before, but that's addiction, that's what it brings. And in recovery you get the chance to heal through empowerment from women sharing their experiences. You can visibly see sustainable recovery happening in these beautiful women which encourages you and inspires you to actually want to be that woman, and it gives you the motivation and it gives you the hope that you can one day be like that. And that was my journey, and definitely true for me today. So in addiction, it's hard to maintain friendships, and through working through trust issues and allowing people to help me, it is definitely helped me with friendships. Before, I couldn't really see friendships, more of acquaintances, but today I have friends, people that not just care for me, but I genuinely care for them, and that is paramount in my recovery. Definitely connections provide purpose, and with you, if you want that purpose, recovery is definitely for you. The power of empowerment is priceless. How you live, learn, love and grow through empowerment is a process not to be missed. Women together, we are stronger. I firmly believe this, I firmly live this, and I firmly hope that you can get something from this video. My name's Sarah, thanks for listening, take care.